Hello again, everyone. Welcome to this week's edition of Chalk Talk with Brett Gordon, the head coach of the LaSalle Explorers. This episode and all the episodes of Chalk Talk brought to you by the class of 1998 12th Man Club. Those guys have stepped up. They're supporting their classmate, Brett Gordon, who you see here on screen. And Brett, it is St. Joe's Prep Week, round number two. And a 10-0 season, an undefeated run, Catholic League championship. This is how state playoffs work. You go district by district, but your reward, if you will, for that great season is a first round matchup with St. Joe's Prep, and it should be another terrific game.
Yeah, Bob, we're excited about the opportunity. What we talk about all the time is if you want to be mentioned, with the best of the best, you got to beat them in order to get there. So, we understand what a great challenge this Saturday will be. As you know, we have a ton of respect for the program that they've built. And in the situation we're in now, we know that in order to get where we want to get to as a program, it goes through St. Joe's until further notice. So we look at it as a great opportunity. The players are excited. The alumni and the fan base, are very excited. And really, this is what high school football is all about. So excited about the opportunity for the players to go out and show what they can do come Saturday.
Show what they can do in front of a sold out crowd. It should be a terrific atmosphere. Let's talk about the first game. It was an all time classic, four overtime thriller. You guys make the decision to go for two in the fourth overtime and win the game on that play. Probably tough to bottle down into one answer, but what did you take away from game number one that will help you in game number two?
Yeah, I think overall it was going toe to toe like a program with St. Joe's and knowing that, we were right there, for most of the second half, actually had the lead. And then fought through some adversity and overtime. So for me, the biggest takeaway out of the first game was getting our players' psyche to the point where this wasn't just, hey, we can play with these guys, but we can actually go toe to toe and win the game. So for me, that was the most important takeaway. We knew all along that, come this time of year, the regular season records kind of go out the window. And at the end of the day, to keep playing in the state playoffs, we got to win this game. So I think I'm hopeful that experience, the first go round, will serve us well here on Saturday. Um, and then we've been talking a lot this week that we have to get off to a good start come Saturday. We got to come out of the gates executing in all three phases, and make sure that we talk about pressure, right? We can either feel the pressure or apply the pressure. So one of the things we're spending a lot of time with this week is making sure that our confidence and our belief going into the game is where it needs to be. That's our job as coaches. It's our job to make sure we get the players locked in very quickly and confident, if you will, on the game plan in all three phases. So that come Saturday, we can play with confidence. We can let it rip, and see where that gets us come 4 o'clock Saturday.
With St. Joe's Prep, obviously a terrific program. You guys as well. If I was talking to Tim Roken, I'd ask him the same question that I'll ask you. But on the St. Joe's Prep side, what personnel unit, what group, what stands out to you, one or two that stick out to you in terms of, wow, that's a great unit, that's a great group, that's a tough group to go up against?
Well, I would say overall, they're just an incredibly balanced team in all three phases. If I break it down, by position, if you go through all layers of the defense, the defensive line, the linebackers, and the secondary, they're excellent in all three phases. And even doing that with some newer guys on, that are taking major roles this year in the secondary. I was very impressed with their secondary after the first round. We knew they have great linebackers, and then their defensive line is always causing havoc for offenses, and they play hard and they do a really good job of coaching those guys up. And then offensively, they have a massive offensive line. They have some really, really good wideouts that have your attention at all times. And then they can run the ball where they need to. I know they had the injury to Isaiah West, which is unfortunate, but I thought The other kid that went in and ran the ball in the first game ran very well, and he's somebody that has our attention. And then they have a real good young sophomore quarterback who's playing very well. It's hard to play at this level as a sophomore. You can see him getting better and better as the season has gone on. And then they just have a massive group up front from an offensive line standpoint. So really, when you just look at it, I mean, I wouldn't say any group in particular stands out, but as I say that, it's really a compliment to their entire team because I don't see a weakness anywhere. And then we know they're very good on special teams too. So we know that, to come out victorious on Saturday again, we're going to have to play a complete game, not only in all three phases, but all of our position groups that we just kind of went through have to show up and play very well.
And we talked about this last time you and I connected. It was last week that we mentioned it, but first time that you've had 2 weeks to prepare. And so in the 5, 6 days since we've chatted, you told us at the time how the bye week would affect preparation and what you guys would give some attention to. Has the last 6 days since we talked, has that kind of gone according to plan? And what does that look like for you?
Yeah, I would say our plan over, the last 10 days or so since we played Roman has played out the way we had hoped. I think we got some much needed rest. I think we've also had opportunities to get some really solid reps, not only for our starters, but some of our guys that are in role positions that may have to step in and play Saturday, depending on a number of different factors. And now, effective today, being Tuesday of a Saturday game, we're back to our what I would call our normal schedule. Typically, we do a lot of film, a lift, and then kind of do a walkthrough on Mondays. We did a little bit more than that yesterday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday becomes our the three most important days of the week, preparing for a game on Saturday. So I think we're right where we need to be. Today's a very important practice. Tomorrow is a very important practice. Thursday, we'll kind of trim it down a little bit, focus a little bit more on special teams, and then Friday, do kind of our pregame walkthrough, have a team meal, and get ready to play. So overall, the bye week played out just as we had hoped. But then those last couple days leading into the game always seemed to drag on a little bit.